All right, welcome back and thanks for leaving your dial on 96.1 FM Abuja. Welcome to the last lap of our marathon, or should I say the last hour of our marathon insightful conversation this morning. And this is going to be my last hour with you for today on the program. Just like we started from 6 a.m., we've had a lot of conversation, insightful conversation, and we will be wrapping up our conversation at this moment. And this is Voice of the People 96.1 FM, your trusted source for insightful conversation. And my name is Ali Udoma. We have a special broadcast in store as we prepare to celebrate Nigeria's 63rd year of independence. Joining me on the program today is a distinguished guest, a political analyst and a social commentator, Mr. Jide Ojo. Good morning, Mr. Jide Ojo, and thank you for joining us on the program today.
It's a pleasure, Ali. Good morning, Nigerians.
All right, as we are here on the eve of Nigeria's Independence Day, it's only fitting that we take a moment to reflect on the journey this great nation has traveled since gaining its independence from colonial rule. Even though Nigeria's history is rich and complex, with pre-independence, post-independence, and the future of all playing significant roles in shaping the nation we know today. Can you please take us down the memory lane?
I think that's the question.
Okay, I said as we are here today to look at the nation's independence, because today is the eve of Nigeria's independence, and it's only fitting that we take a moment to reflect on the journey this great nation has traveled since independence, and we want you to take us down the memory lane that is pre-independence, the struggle, and from there we build our conversation to look at the post-independence and where we are today and what the future holds for us as a country.
Okay, so happy congratulations to Nigeria on the occasion of the third independence of the country. Before we got independence, we went through over 100 years of colonial rule. And before the colonial rule, we have centuries of slave trade, intertribal war, and empire building, dynasties, and all of that. It will interest our listeners that when you hear of Kanem-Borno Empire, the Oyo Empire, the Ashanti Empire, all of these empires were governed by the natives, by the monarchs, and that was when monarchy meant something to us. Unlike now that the monarchs have been relegated to the background. In those days, when we have Oyo Empire, from Oyo town, Oyo Empire reached Dahomey in the Republic. So all these Lagos, the Ekiti, down to the Republic were under Oyo Empire then. Then we have Shonga Empire, we have Kanem-Borno Empire, we have the Benin Empire. So all these empires are governed by natives. And when the colonialists came, after the centuries of slavery and slave trade, through the transatlantic and trans-Saharan slave trade, and this was how foreign illegals were brought into the country. It interests our new generation of children to then see that Christianity and Islam were imported religion that came in through the colonialist endeavor.
And the traders.
And so, the traders.
The merchant through the Sahara.
Before colonialism, we had We have slave raiders and traders who were coming. As at that time, they were not governing us. They were not doing business with them. That was when the Portuguese were buying dogs from Benin, the order of Benin. When this traditional ruler in Boni was selling palm oil and palm kernel to the Portuguese and the British. So they were trading in ivories, in palm oil, in palm kernel, in cocoa, in rubber, and they were just trading and then slaves. That was where slaves were captured and were sold to the British and the Portuguese, who take them through the Atlantic Ocean to Europe and to the Americas. That's why today you see a lot of Africans in Brazil, in Jamaica, in Bahamas, in all the Caribbean, all those islands were the plantations down to Cuba. So we had that transatlantic and trans-Arab slave trade for centuries. Then the colonialists came and imposed their own culture, and part of culture is what? Is religion. Religion, dressing, food, music, almost, when we say culture is a way of life.
Yes.
So they brought all this foreign religion. The Arabs who are trading with us brought Islam through the trans-Saharan slave trade, moving from northern Nigeria through Mali, down to Libya, down to Saudi Arabia. So they brought in Islam. Then the white colonialists from Europe brought in Christianity. And they superimposed all of it over our own culture and governance system, which I earlier alluded to as the empire. Because before the colonialists came, the traditional rulers were the all-in-all. They have their own governance system. That's why we were talking about indirect rule and direct rule.
Yes.
When the colonialists came in the 18th century, they saw that Africans and perhaps Nigerians already have a governance system. They know how to tax the subject. They know how to adjudicate disputes. They know how to have an organized society. They have their own jails. And they were not, as at that time, nobody has traveled to Europe to know how they were doing stuff. But we have our own governance system. So, whether you're talking of northern region, they already have the area who have chiefs, who balance chiefs, who, when there are disputes among people, they know how to resolve it. They have their own army. They have their own army. They have they have their own police.
Yes.
Apart from army who fights war, intertribal war, they also have police who ensure peace and order. So all of this were in place. So when the colonialists came, they thought that there is a governance system. That's why they introduced indirect rule into Nigeria for North and the South, and particularly the Southwest. But for the Southeast, where there was
resistance,
a system of government, they decided to have a direct rule. So eventually, there were vestments, there were agitation for decolonization, and strong protest led by people like Michael Imodu of the Nigerian Railway Workers Union. Because this Nigerian Railway is one of the first corporations in Nigeria. So they were the first set of organized labor. The railway workers, the textile workers, that we have in Kaduna and the rest, they form the fulcrum of the labor union. And the politician and the media, don't forget, media also took part, very active part in the decolonization agenda. We have the first newspaper in 1894 or 1896, and over 100 years ago. And there were people like the Awolowo's and the rest of them, who are foremost lawyers and journalists. They were actively involved in using the instrumentality of media to fight the colonial supremacists. Don't forget that we had the Daily Times of Nigeria established in 1926, and we have the Nigerian Tribune, which is still in existence. In fact, Nigerian Tribune is the oldest surviving newspaper that have never gone under. You know, there are efforts to revive the Daily Times after it went under for some years. But Nigerian Tribune since 1949 has never gone under. It has continued to publish. And just imagine 1949 today. So we got independence in 1960. But this media, West African pilots, the Daily Times, the Nigerian Tribune, Daily Star, Nigerian Herald, all these newspapers, New Nigeria, which was operating in the north then the Observer in the Midwest, all of them played very key and critical role in the decolonization agenda. So they were putting and mobilizing, protesting, writing urgent editorials when Nigeria become independent. So from the 40, the other thing I need to flag in this historical book is also the role of political parties. Did you know, that the first political party was established in 1922, NNDP, led by Albert Macaulay, after the formation of what is then known as Clifford Constitution. Clifford Constitution came into being in 1922, but the first election was in 1923. So we are celebrating 100 years of electoral democracy in this year 2023. So as at that time, that we have this first set of political parties, the NNDPs, the Northern People's Congress, the Nigeria Youth Movement, the Action Group, the United Middle Belt Congress, UNBC, all of these political associations that later metamorphosed into political parties, they were very active also in the decolonization agenda of Nigeria. So the political party, the media, the labor union. Am I?
Yes. Go ahead.
These people broad groups, the traditional institution led their voice to the decolonization agenda. Don't forget, we have the British colonialists for over 100 years.
Yes.
And they didn't want to go. They were very reluctant. Of course, you remember the famous motion for independence that was moved by Anthony
El-Rufai
in 1953. In 1953, that Nigeria should become independent in 1956. But that motion was not carried. It was a motion that was shut down by the Northern Nigerian congressmen then, because they said
they were not ready.
It's not going to be ready by 1950s.
Yes.
So from that time, there were a lot of constitutional conferences. They had in Lagos, they had in London, 1957. Eventually, there was common agreement that we could get our independence in 1960. And that was how the Union Jack, which was the paper of authority in Nigeria before 1960, was lowered on October 1, 1960, and a place was known the green, white, green, which is our own national flag. So, in summary, this is what this historical excursion that many of our agencies need to know about how Nigeria of today came to be. We have gone through a long centuries of slavery, centuries of intertribal war, centuries of ethno-religious war, centuries of colonization, in which case everything about us was determined by British, by Britain or the United Kingdom and People. And then, of course, up until when we became independent, the Privy Council in UK is the biggest, is the Supreme Court. Any issue that cannot be resolved at the national level is taken to Privy Council in UK. And even the first set of lawyers, when they qualify, they are called QT, Queen's Counsel. You understand?
Yes.
They were called Queen's Counsel. Unlike now that you now have Senior Advocate of Nigeria and all of that. When you become a lawyer, those people who were, the Sampara Williams, the Adeto Kubademola, they were primarily Queen's Counsel when they became lawyer. Before, after independence in 1960, that's when we now had Supreme Court, which is the ultimate court in the Nigeria. We do not have to refer any case to a Privy Council in UK. So eventually, after we received independence, the coat of arms, the flag, then we have the national anthem. Remember the designer of our national flag, that I think
recently. Yes.
Very recently, almost early this September, he just died. He was the one as the student in UK there that designed the flag. I mean, out of all the design, because it was not open, it was published, and people brought in different designs.
Like about over 2,000 entries.
Were made.
Yes.
But the goal was adopted as the best. And the green stands for our vegetation, and the white stands for peace. So there's a reason, there's a meaning to the flag. It's not just green and white. It's to symbolize our good vegetation and then our desire for peace. So until 1963, that was when we became a republic. After 1960, we were not a republic. There are still issues that are referred to UK for education. There were still we were still tied to the April King of UK. Remember, when the first university was established in 1948, it is called University College. University College of London. So, and that was why it was so easy for those who are studying in Nigeria then to move to, how do I call it now? They are transit. They can move, they can take it from Nigeria to another institution in UK. Because that's what Wole Soyinka did. Wole Soyinka started his study in the University of Ibadan. But he transferred his, from what I learned, he transferred his transcript to the University of Leeds in UK, where he eventually finished his studies. So what I'm saying invariably is that until 1963, when we became a republic, we were still tied to the April King of the UK. Remember, our
Yeah.
Our currency of the 1963, or was it 63 or 76, was pounds and shillings. We were using the currency of the United Kingdom. So when you want to buy any item, you either pay pounds or shillings, because that's the currency of the colonial masters. It was not until when we became a republic that we now changed our currency to naira. I think that should be around 73 or 72.
Yeah, 73. 73.
During
Gong, General Gong.
So you can just imagine all the period that we even became independence, our currency was in pounds and shillings until that 73, which is quickly 13 years after we became independent. That's when we last started spending naira and kobo. And of course, the name Nigeria as a name, was given to us by the girlfriend of the Lord Ducat. I forgot Flora Shaw. Flora Shaw was the girlfriend of Lord Ducat, and she was alleged or believed to have given the name Nigeria to her boyfriend. There's Lord Ducat. When in 1914, what was Nigeria? Niger area. Niger area. So that combines to be Nigeria. And don't forget, the Royal Niger Company, Royal RSD, has been operating and trading in the Niger Delta region for many over 100 years. The Royal Niger Company later transformed to what we know as United UAC, that was headed one time ago by the NS Shoneko. The Royal Niger Company was the one that was trading in all manner of items, electronics, automobile, oil, palm oil, and all of that, and for many centuries, and later metamorphosed to what we now know as UNC. UNC has the franchise of Ghana, and what others of where they were the one that brought in, even I think Mr. Biggs, they were the one that owned those franchise for the many years. And the other thing that's also happened in the colonial and the immediate post-colonial era, aside from, it's also the financial institutions. I don't know if you understand, if you know that today the Union Bank and First Bank and the UPA were colonial bank operating in Nigeria. There is one called Standard Bank. Then there was another one called Barclays Bank.
Yes.
It was the nationalization that led to the change of the name. And if you see, the bank we now call First Bank, the bank that we now call First Bank, was previously at the standard of Barclays Bank. So it was in the 70s that this bank was nationalized by Obasanjo, and they now changed it. That's why you see First Bank saying that they've been operating in Nigeria for over 100 years. You get? Because they were probably British banks that had a branch in Nigeria, but the nationalization policy led to the change of ownership and name. Then we also have the oil exploration company, British Petrol, BP. I don't know if you also know about that. British Petrol was one of the oil explorers, the British oil explorers in Nigeria, and until 1976, when the issues around apartheid policy, the Obasanjo administration said that the British Petrol should not sell oil to South Africa, who was then under the apartheid regime led by Peter Botha. The British Petrol defied that federal government order and was still trading with the apartheid regime. That was why Obasanjo and Tinubu now decided to nationalize the British Petrol. And when they did that, it changed its name to National Oil. You understand?
Yes.
So these are some of the historical things that are no longer being taught in schools or either in government or political science or even history class. And we need to know this history, that many of the things we now fight truth and error. There are things that have actually undergone some measure of transformation. Things were not the way they are centuries ago, 100 years ago, 50 years ago. Things are just dynamic and they are changing. So I think I want to stop here for any other
All right. In case you just joined, you're listening to Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja, and we're having an Independence Day special here with Mr. Jide Ojo, who is a public affairs analyst and also a social commentator, giving us history about Nigeria, how it started pre-independence and post-independence, and where we are today. And my question now is, now 63 years after independence and endless struggle, current realities points to the fact that though Nigeria is no longer under the colonial rule, but there is still a long distance between the aim of those who fought for independence and the life Nigerians are living today. What would you say about this?
My brother, you are quite right. But what we need to understand is that building a nation or nation building, as how we want to call it,
Yes.
is not a sprint, it is a marathon. You don't build a nation in 10, 15, 100 years or 50 years. Don't forget that these are different ethnic religious groups that are trying to form into one. And it will be defeated by some who feel that they are at a disadvantage, and those who are at an advantage do not want the status quo to change. Am I communicating?
Yes, yes.
So, I read something. We are over 350 ethnic and tribal groups in Nigeria. About 350. In a state like Nasarawa, there are over 30, dialects and groups that people from my side in the south will classify anybody from
The north.
up the Niger as Fulani. But they've never been to Kwara. They've never been to Kogi. So anywhere they just say Nigeria is divided into three, and we have Hausa, Fulani, and
Yoruba, Igbo.
But they didn't understand that among these three block groups, if you go to Akwa Ibom alone, there are over 10 groups. The Efik, the Ibibio, the Ana. Then you go to Bauchi State. There was a time I did an article on Bauchi, and I realized that there are over 25 groups with different identities in Bauchi State. Bauchi State. The same thing in the group that we just felt in Hausa and Fulani. If you say that, if you talk Hausa Fulani in Borno, they are minority group. The
Yes.
Kanoris are the dominant
Group.
in Borno.
Yes, of course.
Hausa are different, and there are other tribes. The same thing with Benue. When you say Benue, people will say the Greek and the
Idomas.
What about the Geddes? What about the Geddes? What about
Agatu.
the
And the rest.
rest of them. In Kogi. So many of us don't assume wrongly that the when we say Nigeria stands on a tripod, that is fallacy of overgeneralization. It's fallacy of overgeneralization because there are other groups, other identities with distinct language and dialect that need to be factored in. Why did I go this route? It's to tell you how difficult it is to form a nation. And I keep saying, even the good that are involved in the separatist agenda of wanting to stand or to leave Nigerian state, you will be surprised. When Emmanuel Ogala was announced as chief of naval staff, some people came out and said he's not one of them. That is a Kogi man. Because his community shares border. But no community within Enugu. It's like Ekitis. We have Ekitis in Ekiti State. We have some Ekiti in Kwara State.
Yeah.
But the Nigerian, there's no Ogala that people do their Ogala. That this man is not to us. That is to tell you how challenging it is to govern a multi-ethnic, multi-religious group like Nigeria.
And now you have brought us to our next question, issue of governance, because you are highlighting how difficult it is to govern this kind of diverse nature or attributes that we have in our country, Nigeria. How far have we fared in terms of governance, especially that we have democracy, we've been practicing democracy and interrupted by a military coup and what have you. But in entirety, how would you rate our level of governance from independence till date?
Now, let me say this without fear of equivocation. We are still a work in progress. It's still a work in progress. We are not failing badly.
Okay.
It's just that we are our success rate is very big. Let me repeat that.
Okay. Our
success rate in governance is at a slave that you...
Yes, I get.
You know how a slave moves?
Slow and steady.
Very slowly. We move very slowly.
Yes.
We move, the slave moves very slowly, but it still moves. It still gets to it. We say slow and steady wins the race.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you this. For the benefit of those who may feel that there's nothing to celebrate, we have a lot to celebrate.
Okay.
Now, look at this way. Whether you call it turn by turn Nigeria Limited, we are all getting something out of the governance system. Are you with me?
Yes, go ahead.
Whether at the national or sub-national level. The only thing I quarrel with is this idea that a Miloko. You know this idea of a Miloko?
It is my turn.
I don't like. It is our turn. All Martin.
Nasarawa. Yes.
They say all Martin.
It's time. It's our time.
It's time. It's our own time. So when you think about say our local or a Miloko, it then means that governance is not for everybody, but it's turn by turn. So now people are accusing Obasanjo because he has Yorubanized the economic team of the government. Is it not true?
Tinubu.
The Minister of Finance is a Yoruba man.
Talking about Tinubu.
I'm talking Tinubu.
Yeah, you said Obasanjo.
Oh, sorry. Minister Tinubu, because I'm building on the local people.
Okay.
So, under Tinubu,
Yes.
You know, so when you say, when Buhari was there, we know how lopsided some appointments were made, that were made. You know, particularly in the security sector, almost everybody belongs to the North.
Yes.
With the exception of the chief of naval staff and chief of defense. You know, they are lucky about the middle past chief of air staff who is from Osun State. Now, while Tinubu is there now, he has urbanized the economy. Because from the CBN governor to the Minister of Finance to the Controller General of Customs down to Accountant General of the Federation to
Inspector General of Police,
Chairman of FRS, all of them are Yoruba. And then, while he's doing that, he has also normalized the security sector. Are you with me?
Yes, go ahead.
The chief of defense staff, the
Minister of Defense.
Minister of Defense and Minister of State Defense from the North.
Yes.
Minister of Police Affairs and Minister of State Police Affairs are from the North. The chief of defense staff is from the North.
Yes.
The
National Security Advisor.
is from the North. The chief of air staff is from the North. So the DG of DSS is from the North. The DGMI is from the North. So you now wonder what should be. It's not supposed to be, because what my own reading, my own reading of the Constitution,
Yes.
in section 14, subsection 3, what it says is that there should be respect for federal character principle. And what does that mean? Not that there will be national loyalty and national unity. So, situations where there are appointments that are not cited, it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. And I must say that it is not only at federal level that there should be
Level of federal character.
Of government of federal character. Even at state and local government level. Because that section 14, subsection 3 talks about federal appointments and president of projects, as well as for state, that similar thing is expected. But you find out that if you are not a chief, TID, you may never be governor in
Benue.
Until the coming of Yahya Bello by default. If you are not an Igala, you cannot be a governor in Kogi State.
Yes.
And you know how Yahya Bello became governor in Kogi.
Of course.
2015. If you are not from Northern Kaduna, you cannot be a governor in Kaduna State. The Patrick Yakowa governorship was by accident. It was not by design.
Yes.
Then if you are not, from Ibadan, you can never be governor in Oyo State. The people have been lamenting, they have been protesting. Now why is it that it's only the Ibadan and the Ogbomosos that are governor in Oyo State? The people in northern Oyo have never been governor. Then you go to Ogun State. If they are not from the
Yeah,
brother,
yes.
where there will be power rotation. So that if we have to rotate among the three senatorial districts, let power rotate. This power rotation advocacy I started over 20 years ago. In fact, in 1992-93, I wrote my first article on the need for power rotation in Nigeria. Because I studied and my research shows that unless there is a conscious power rotation agenda, some tribes may never be governors, they may never be president in their life. If not for accident of Ukwe, if not for Obasanjo, will somebody from Udo have been ever governor and president in Nigeria? Because what is the total vote of the
Yeah.
which are they that of Yoruba, that of the Hausa? So, but the way that's why I said nationhood is a work in progress. That's why I believe in having a new constitution that will take into consideration our ethno-religious diversity.
Okay.
So that there will be no conflict of interest, so that we can form a nation of inclusion, political inclusion. My brother, today I tell you for free, it will never be president of Nigeria unless we have a power rotation agenda in this country. Because, and this is what I'm advocated for. I wrote 2 articles on my support for equal presidency.
Yeah.
Even before the phenomenon.
Yes.
You know, I write column for the phone.
Yes, of course.
Before this phenomenon in May 2022, I said, let there be a affirmative action that brought about the Yoruba presidency in 1999. Let's add something similar for the vote in 2023.
All right, it's a good point, Mr. Gideojo, but time is not on our side. Could you please wrap up in just 60 seconds due to time constraint?
So, what I'm saying is that to form a nation takes a very long time. And we need to appreciate that God has helped us to remain a united entity in spite of all those. Things could be better if there is a strong political will. And this is where I challenge Tinubu. I hope to listen to his broadcast tomorrow. I want to see what is his restructuring agenda. How can we have an inclusive governance system that will be not discriminated, that will be not discriminating to the minority groups? Because, like I said, we do not have a constitutional operation that consciously put in place a power rotation and agenda. The minority group in Nigeria may never spend president.
Of course.
And we should, the more there will be agitation, like the IPOP agitation and all of that. So I look forward to the presidency.
Right.
I look forward to what they have got in terms of restructuring, whether fiscal centralism or the use of political restructuring. We need to fulfill this agenda for the next 4 years. God bless Nigeria.
All right, amen. That's right. Together we can overcome any obstacle that stands in our way, and together we can build a stronger, more prosperous Nigeria. Well said, Mr. Gideojo. It's been an honor to have you on our show today, sharing your insight and expertise with our listener. Your wisdom have been invaluable.
It's a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
All right. All right, thank you. It's been a pleasure to be here. I look forward to continue the dialogue with you going forward, probably after the address by Mr. President. And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in and being a part of this meaningful discussion. Your perspective and listenership is very, very valuable to our democracy. It makes our democracy strong. As we celebrate Nigeria's 63rd Independence Day, let's remember that our unity is our strength. Together